to my channel. So for today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys what I do for a full coverage summer everyday wearable long-lasting sweat-proof look. That was a mouthful. So basically I'll be showing you guys all of my techniques, tips, and tricks for what I do to get this look. It is very light and wearable, but it's also full coverage, which I love. Let me know if you guys do try it out and how it works for you. And yeah, let's get into the video. So all the products we're going to be using today, like foundation, concealers, and powders, everything is going to be pressed and rolled into the skin. I'm going to show you guys what I mean, but first we're going to get started with some sunscreen, because especially if you have acne scars and you go out in the sun without any protection, it's actually going to make your scars darker, so it's really important to go in with sunscreen. This is the Neutrogena Ultra Sheer Face Sunscreen with 45 SPF. This one, I like it. I mean, it does its job, I guess. But it does get oily and it does pill. I mean, it's not great, okay, but it works for me. It does pill, so I'm going to be super fucking extra. And instead of just going in directly with my hands, I'm actually going to use a beauty blender and like press it into my face and dab it in. So that, because if I rub it, then it's going to get pilly and gross. So I'm just going to start by doing that on my bare face. And it doesn't really leave a white cast, and that's one good thing, I guess. This is sort of weird, but I'm using some moisturizer after sunscreen, just because, I don't know, I don't have like a specific order of the routine or whatever. And again, I'm using my beauty blender for that, which is weird, I know. Oh, and I'm using this one specifically. This is the, come on. Okay, this is the Bioderma Sensibio Light Soothing Cream. So this is for sensitive and intolerant skin, me. It moisturizes and protects skin. So this is good. Like, I use this every day before I go out, like if I know that I'm going to be outdoors. So again, with my beauty blender, just bringing that everywhere, and I'm using a shitload of it. This is my first trick for my long-lasting summer makeup, whatever. So as you can tell, I didn't use a primer. I used a moisturizer and sunscreen instead. And since the sunscreen is pretty oily, like I mentioned before, and even though I don't have oily skin, I'm gonna set the sunscreen, as weird as that sounds, and the moisturizer. I'm not gonna like cake it on the way I would if I'm baking. I'm just gonna like press it into my skin because the beauty blender is already damp. So obviously this routine takes time because everything is about like layers and pressing into skin. So it is long and tedious, but for me it really works. Like I can go like the entire day with this routine. And I do this with primer too. Like if I'm using a primer, I'll set my primer, because I find when I put foundation on top of a loose powder like this, it looks a lot better. Usually if I want to conceal under my eyes to brighten up my face, I would do it before foundation, but for an everyday look, I don't conceal under my eyes just because I don't think I need it. Like my under eyes aren't that dark. So I'm going to go straight in with foundation right now. So the two that I'm mixing are the NYX Total Control Drop Foundation. This is the shade Caramel, I believe, and also the Too Faced Born This Way foundation. This is like my all-time favorite foundation. This is the shade Sand. Yeah, Caramel and Sand. I'm taking 2 pumps of Born This Way, and this is so fun. I love this foundation. Okay, and like 3 drops of the NYX, because this one is a bit dark for me and that one is a bit light, because these are my summer and winter colors. So they work when I mix them together. And then I'm mixing those with the concealer brush. So now I'm going with my damp beauty blender, and I'm taking the big side and just pouncing. Okay. Oh, I hate the way foundation looks without anything on the lips. Oh, so gross. Ugh. Okay, so that was like my regular foundation routine. Now we're moving on to powders. So this is the most important part of the video. So I'm taking my Laura Mercier powder, and it's almost finished, so I'm gonna tap the shit out of it. Okay, there. Okay, I also want to talk about this brush. This one is super, super important, I find, like, especially for every day. I use this every single time I do my makeup. So this is the... So this is the e.l.f. small tapered brush. Okay, and this was literally like $3, which is crazy because it's my favorite brush ever. I love the shape of this because first of all, it gets like exactly under your eye because of the slant, but also because this is amazing to press and roll, like because of the shape. So this is what I use to press and roll whenever I do long-lasting summer makeup. You know what? That's gonna be like a slogan. I'm so annoying. Okay, so I'm taking Laura Mercier powder now, and I'm gonna show you my technique. I'm first starting under my eye, and I'm pressing and rolling. Literally pressing, roll, press, roll, press, roll. Okay, and under my eye, I'm using a lot of powder because I want the area to be a little brighter, but not bright enough to use a concealer, you know? So basically, I'm pressing and rolling with powder to replace highlighting with concealer. And the reason I do that is, first of all, concealer is very thick. The consistency is really thick, and it's not convenient for an everyday use, especially if you want long lasting. So, and powders for the summer are really, really good because if you have any oils, sweat, whatever, just gonna suck it up. The reason that I'm pressing and rolling as opposed to baking is because, first of all, I stopped baking a really long time ago because it makes my skin really dry, and then also like it claims to like give you like a flawless finish kind of thing, but only for people who don't have acne. If you don't have texture, if you have porcelain ass skin, then you're gonna have your flawless finish. But if you have texture, then obviously, you know, the powder makes it look gross. And pressing and rolling is like, you're not just patting on a bunch of product, like you're actually making it sit inside of your skin, which is first going to make it last really long, and then second, give you a nicer finish, like a more natural finish as opposed to baking. So now for the rest of my face, I'm going to take powder again and just dust it everywhere that I missed, everywhere that I didn't press and roll. This is a really important step. I'm taking my damp beauty blender after I just powdered my whole face, and I'm pressing the powder into my skin. And the reason I'm doing this is because if I don't, I'll just talk over it. Okay, so if I don't press the powder into my skin, I feel like the overall look is just too matte and too dry looking, and since the beauty blender is damp, it's gonna make it look a teeny bit more like hydrated. Now we're moving on to contour, and what I'm using to contour today is the Kiss Contour Kit. So let me show you it. It only has 3 shades, but oh, I can't open it. So now I'm going again with my beauty blender and patting it into my face. So now we just finished all the powders on the face. We started with the liquid foundation, and then we set with a translucent powder, and then powder contour, and then powder highlight. So we're sticking to powders. So to set my face, I'm using 2 sprays actually. I'm using the Kiss Pro Touch Makeup Setting Spray and the Tatcha Luminous Skin Dewy Mist. Dewy Skin Mist. I don't know what the fuck it's called. Okay, I'm just gonna spray my face and move my hair. And this spray, it's not a makeup setting spray. It's not gonna make your makeup last longer, but it literally just gives you a dewy finish. So I take my small beauty blender, which is this tiny little gray one, and the places that I want to be super dewy, which is like the high points of my face, my forehead, whatever, I'll spray a little bit onto here, and then I'll put it on top of everywhere I highlighted, basically. So this concludes today's video. This is my everyday summer heat-proof, sweat-proof, full coverage, long-lasting makeup. If you guys enjoyed the video, then show some love by liking the video, subscribing to my channel. I make videos every Monday. And as always, let me know what you guys want to see. More technical videos like this with like tips and tricks and techniques, or more tutorials like I've done previously. So let me know, and thank you so much for watching. Bye! I'll see you next time.